All right, this is OneLastMidnight. Today we're going to try out a game called Dysterra. First, I need to warn you that the video quality is not that great. I don't know why, but I couldn't get Streamlabs to capture the game quality very well or at all. So what I had to do was I had to capture my desktop, and unfortunately, in some places it comes out a little bit frame chunky. And that's not the game. That is just merely my recording software. So with that said, Dysterra is a sci-fi based first-person shooter survival where you're either cooperating with other players or you're playing against other players on a destroyed Earth. Now, there's a whole big storyline. Some corporation found some fuel, and there's a big war, big destruction, and now you've got a dystopian world where you're trying to survive. The game can be played as a single-player game, or it's an open-world multiplayer type survival game. Think Rust, right? Sci-Fi Rust. Now, they also state that they have a co-op mode, but I'm not understanding how the co-op mode is going to work. Whether it's going to be more of a single-player type co-op mode, I'm thinking like Valheim or an Icarus, or is it just a co-op mode where you can band together with people in the multiplayer and do it that way? Not too sure at this point. Unfortunately, right now, they only have their multiplayer type mode where it looks like player versus player. Like I said, think Rust. And I wasn't able to check out the single player game. But the game overall, graphics-wise, look really great. It feels really smooth. It's a solid first-person shooter experience. When I did encounter creatures that, like robots, that I had to destroy, the action was pretty good, pretty solid. Enemies were pretty quick, and it felt challenging. If you do happen to play on the server, when you put down your bed, you're completely exposed. And so they even say when you log out that once you log out, if another player comes by and happens to find your bed or your body, they can kill you and they can steal all your stuff. Like I said, very, very Rust-like. I don't know. For me, I would really like to try their single-player experience. I'm not into like the whole Rust type of thing. I played it a little bit. And that concept of people coming in and raiding your stuff and being able to steal all your stuff, I just don't like starting over and over again. So hopefully their single player is more of a, gameplay, story play kind of progression where you're trying to achieve some goals and maybe get off world. And in order to do that, you've got to go through waves and waves of creatures. If not, what I would really like to see is a co-op mode where, you can have a bunch of friends get together and do the same thing, do the story and get off work. Think Grounded or something like that. I think that would be great. There is a whole huge building experience in the game where you can build up your bases and you can have huge bases with defenses and all of that great stuff. But unfortunately for the time that I played, I wasn't able to get that far or that deep into the game in order to be able to build up. But it seems to me that it looks like most other survival type games where you're gathering resources and you're building up your base from other players. Now, I don't really know how that would translate in the single player mode, but hopefully it's, like I said, more like a Valheim type of experience where you're trying to progress deeper into the map and explore new areas. Maybe you're putting little outposts up so that you have a home base in case you sort of die or someplace to store your stuff. Otherwise, the game looks really good. Like I said, I'm very interested in seeing their single-player mode when it comes out. And when it does come out, I'll come back to it and we'll spend a lot more time in it. Otherwise, if you guys are interested in like the Rust type idea concept, the game's going to be coming out November 23rd. I don't know what the price point's going to be, but hopefully in the $20-ish range. Like I said, don't know, have no idea. Don't quote me on that. But when it does come out on November 23rd, everybody should be able to play it and get on their servers. I have no idea when their plan is to have the single player mode out and available for people to play, whether that's on the 23rd as well or whether that's coming down the road in the future. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Would love to have you in the community. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below. And make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live and when I post new videos. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.